Hey Functional Fitness Group, Sydney here to tell you about Monday's workout. It's definitely going to be a lot of upper body work. That's our focus for Monday, so we'll get that arm pump going for you. To start, if you take a look at the warm-up that's written, most of the movements should be pretty self-explanatory, but the ones that I want to go over are the Y's, T's, and A's, and the walkouts. So, Y's, T's, and A's. We want to bend at the knee, bend at the hip. Slight flexion at both joints. We're going to start with the hands together, the thumbs are up. We're going to go up in a Y, back together, out to a T like you're giving someone a hug, back together, out to an A. Notice how my thumbs are still up. Then for the walkouts, you're going to start standing, bend down, touch your toes, walk out into a plank position, and then walk back in. Okay, so those are the two that I thought maybe weren't so familiar. Then for your strength, you have floor presses, bent over rows, and tricep kickbacks. So for the floor presses, let me tip this down a little bit. You may have a dumbbell. Floor presses, you're gonna get on the ground. Ideally, you would have two dumbbells or two heavy-ish objects in your house that resemble dumbbells. You're gonna put them on your thighs, and then you're gonna lay back. Then my upper arm is gonna be resting on the floor. My head is resting on the floor. My feet are flat on the ground, and I'm gonna press up. Trying to focus on keeping the dumbbells in one straight line. Inhale on the way down, exhale on the way up. Then to get up, place the dumbbells on your chest/stomach area and do a nice sit-up. Kind of fun. Okay, next thing are tricep kickbacks. So simply, you can do those in place. Again, slight bend at the hip, slight bend at the knee. You're gonna bring the dumbbell in like a bicep curl and then kick it back with your triceps. If you want, you can also put your hand on another object like this box I have here, anything in your home, and you're gonna start here and then kick back. Then for your bent over rows, it's very similar where you can do it out in space. So I'm here, and all I'm gonna do is get my elbow to pass my rib cage. If you want, you can rest your hand and even your knee on an object in your house. Maybe it's a box like this or a low coffee table. And again, you want that elbow to pass your chest. So there's 1, 2. You're gonna try to, you want to do those in both arms. All right, for the workout, we have shoulder taps to start. So for shoulder taps, we're in a plank position and we're going to tap either shoulder. So you have to shift your weight over to one arm to lift the other one up. But try to keep your hips as stable as you can. Try not to really rotate your hips. That's a challenge. For these, we'll just count 1, 2, and so on. If that is too difficult, you can lower the number or you can simply just plank. Next, we have dumbbell snatches. So, dumbbell snatches. Start with the dumbbell on the ground and between the legs. And the few different movements that are in a dumbbell snatch are first a deadlift. And then after the deadlift, we do deadlift and then shrug. And then from here, we do a deadlift, shrug, high pull. And then finally, we complete the dumbbell snatch by turning over at the top. And these are gonna be alternating. So then the dumbbell goes to the ground. You do the same thing with the other side. And you have 16 of those. Then after that, you're gonna be doing single skips. That's what I call them. They're also just called jump ropes. So you're gonna have your jump rope in your hand and you're gonna jump. 1, 2, and so on. If you don't have a rope, you can do what I just did and fake like you have a rope. Definitely a challenge for your brain. Or you can do single taps. So you can jump, 1, 2, 3. So you would tap your leg instead of turning your rope. You can also change that for jumping jacks. And if you just don't have jumping in your repertoire of movements or there's an injury going on, you can change it to mountain climbers. And if any of those modifications don't work for you, and you need a different option, please let us know. Lastly, we have a farmer's carry. So it's 100 meters and you're trying to go AHAP, as heavy as possible. So if I was going out for my farmer's carry, I could start with these 2 dumbbells. These are 20 pounds in my hand. I could probably do heavier than this, but this could be my warm-up set. You're gonna aim to do this in no more than 3 sets. So 1 to 3 sets. If you do the first one and you're like, yep, that was my max, good. You can try to do it again if you want, but the only cash out it is today is to find as heavy as possible. So aim to do it in 3 sets. Go from like light, almost a warm-up set, to medium, to heavy. And so what you do with a farmer's carry is just stand and you hold the dumbbells or the weight just like they were groceries and you're walking to your car. You're holding them at your side, no bend in the elbow. You don't want to bring your shoulders out or your arms out at all. Just by your side and you're going to walk. You're going to walk for 100 meters. So what I suggest is if you have a small area, maybe measure out 10 meters and do that 10 times. Or if you're outside, if you're able to do this outside, go down your driveway and measure out 50 meters and then come back for 50. Be creative. I'm confident that you all are capable of measuring out 100 meters, but have fun with it. Farmer's carries are awesome. They're really good for our core, our deltoids, but they also really test our grip strength and make that grip strength even stronger. So yeah, that's Monday. I hope you enjoy it. See ya.